Picture this. You spend $320,000 building your dream home. Traditional layout, formal dining room, separate living room, 2 hallways, a foyer nobody ever uses. And 5 years later, you're knocking walls down because nothing flows. Meanwhile, your neighbor builds a shotgun Barndominium on the same budget, and people won't stop asking her for a house tour. Here's the thing. This isn't just a trend. The data, the builders, and the buyers are all pointing to the same conclusion in 2026. Traditional floor plans are quietly losing ground, and shotgun Barndominiums are winning for reasons that go way deeper than aesthetics. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why and whether this style could work. Before we dive in, if you're new here, welcome to Homes and Haven, where we break down real housing decisions with honest information, no fluff. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a video. And stick around, because the section on cost comparison near the end of this video might completely change how you think about your budget. So first, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what a shotgun Barndominium actually is. A Barndominium, if you're new to the term, is a home built with a metal or steel structure, originally inspired by agricultural barn construction, but finished as a fully livable, modern residence inside. Now, a shotgun layout refers to a floor plan where rooms are arranged in a straight line from front to back. No hallways, no wasted transitional space. The name actually comes from the old saying that you could fire a shotgun through the front door, and the bullet would travel straight out the back without hitting a wall. Put those two together, and you have a shotgun Barndominium, a metal-framed home with an open, linear floor plan, often long and narrow, where every square foot is intentional. Now compare that to a traditional floor plan. Think your standard suburban home. Formal entry, separate living room, dining room that only gets used at Thanksgiving, multiple hallways connecting everything, rooms designed to signal status more than serve function. These two design philosophies are in direct competition right now, and the shotgun Barndominium is winning. Here's why. Here's something most people don't realize until they're already living in their house. Traditional floor plans waste between 15% and 30% of your total square footage on non-livable space. We're talking hallways, stairwell landings, formal foyers, and transitional rooms that exist purely to connect other rooms. In a 2,000 square foot traditional home, you could easily have 400 to 600 square feet that you never actually use in any meaningful way. A shotgun layout eliminates most of that dead space by design, because rooms connect directly to each other in a linear sequence. Kitchen to dining to living to bedroom. You don't need a hallway to get there. The flow is the hallway. Now, is that for everyone? No. If you have small children and you need visual barriers between spaces, or you value the formality of separate rooms, the traditional plan has real merit. I want to be fair here, but for the growing majority of buyers in 2026, especially first-time rural landowners, empty nesters, and people building on a budget, that wasted square footage is money they didn't need to spend. And here's the part that stings. You pay for every square foot of that wasted space, whether you use or not. The framing, the drywall, the flooring, the HVAC load, all of it costs money, and none of it returns value the way a well-used living area does. Shotgun Barndominiums, by contrast, tend to run 70 to 90 feet long and only 20 to 24 feet wide, forcing the design to be incredibly efficient. That high aspect ratio, typically 3:1 or 4:1 length to width, is what actually creates the true linear shotgun flow. A wider footprint collapses into a double-row bedroom configuration and loses the defining sequence entirely. Every inch of that narrow corridor is functional, intentional, livable space. Let's talk money. And I want to be honest here, because there's a lot of oversimplification online about how cheap Barndominiums are. Here's the real picture as of 2026. Traditional stick-built home, asterisk. National average cost per square foot, $150, $250, depending on region and finishes. A 2,000 square foot home could cost anywhere from $300,000 to $500,000 to build before land. Shotgun Barndominium, asterisk. Shell/kit cost per square foot, $30, $60 for the metal structure alone. Fully finished cost, Owner builder with sweat equity $100 to $130 per SQ. Foot is achievable when you act as your own GC and put in the labor. Fully finished cost. Turnkey contractor build expect $150 to $210 plus per square foot in 2026. That's the honest number for a hands-off build. A comparable 2,000 square feet Barndominium. $200, 000. $420, 000 finished, depending heavily on which end of that spectrum you're on. There's one cost reality specific to the shotgun shape that most videos skip. A long, narrow building, say 20 by 80 feet for 1,600 square feet, requires significantly more linear feet of concrete footings, perimeter grade beams, and exterior metal wall panels than a compact rectangle of the same square footage would. You pay a minor premium on the exterior envelope to achieve that iconic shotgun silhouette. It's not a deal breaker, but budget for it. So yes, Barndominiums are generally cheaper. But the gap is not as dramatic as some YouTube channels will have you believe, and here's why. Finish costs are real. Insulation in a metal building actually requires more attention than wood frame construction. You need a good vapor barrier and proper spray foam or rigid board insulation to avoid condensation issues. Skimping on that is one of the most common and costly mistakes Barndominium builders make. HVAC design is make or break in a linear layout. A long, narrow structure creates thermal stacking challenges that a centralized duct system cannot handle well. The right solution, and we'll go deeper on this in a minute, is a multi-zone mini-split system. Budget for it from the start. Permitting can be harder. In some counties and municipalities, especially outside rural zones, getting a metal building approved as a primary residence still involves extra steps. This is improving, but it's not universal yet in 2026. That said, even accounting for all of that, most people who build a Barndominium on rural land are still coming in $50, 000 to $120,000 under what a comparable traditional build would cost them. And on a tighter budget, that difference is the difference between building at all or not. Beyond cost and space efficiency. This is where the conversation gets interesting. The shotgun Barndominium has a few livability advantages that traditional homes structurally cannot replicate without a major redesign. 1. Natural light and the mini-split advantage ***. Because the floor plan runs front to back in a straight line, and because Barndominium construction uses wide-span steel framing with no load-bearing interior walls, you can run windows and glass doors along the entire length of the home. Morning light from the east, evening light from the west. A well-designed shotgun barndo can feel flooded with natural light in a way that a chopped-up traditional plan simply cannot match. Now here's something important I want to address directly, because you'll see other channels talk about just open the front and back doors for natural cross-ventilation. And while that sounds nice in theory, a 2026 code-compliant home has to meet rigorous airtightness standards under the International Residential Code. Your envelope is sealed and blower door tested. You're not running an open-air breezeway. What actually solves climate control in a long, narrow linear layout is a multi-zone ductless mini-split system. Here's why this matters. Heat rises and stacks linearly in a 70 to 90-foot tube. A single centralized duct system at one end creates serious thermal imbalance. The front rooms are comfortable, the back rooms are fighting a different battle entirely. Mini-splits eliminate that problem by placing individual climate-controlled heads in each zone, front to back. No long duct runs, no thermal stacking. Each room handles itself. It's the single smartest HVAC decision you can make for a shotgun Barndominium, and it's worth budgeting for from day one. 2. Open concept without the compromise ***. The open concept trend in traditional homes has been popular for 15 years, but it's always been a compromise. You take a traditionally compartmentalized plan and knock out walls to approximate openness. The result is often awkward. A kitchen island where a wall used to be, odd ceiling height transitions, support beams that weren't meant to be decorative. A shotgun Barndominium is designed to open from the start. There's no compromise. The openness is structural, not retrofitted. 3. The ceiling ***. This one is underrated. Standard residential construction gives you 8 or 9 foot ceilings. A Barndominium can give you 12, 14, or even 16-foot ceilings with exposed steel trusses for no additional structural cost because the roof framing is already up there. That ceiling height changes how a space feels completely. It's the single feature that guests notice first when they walk into a well-done barndo. And in a linear floor plan, a high ceiling running the entire length of the home creates an interior that feels genuinely dramatic. 4. Durability ***. Steel framing does not rot. It does not warp. It is not a food source for termites. In flood-prone, hurricane risk, or wildfire-adjacent areas, a properly constructed steel-framed building performs significantly better than wood framing. Now, and this is important, steel does conduct heat, and in areas with extreme temperature swings, thermal bridging through the frame is a real issue that needs to be addressed in the insulation design. This isn't a deal breaker, but it is something you need to build around, not ignore. The buyer profile for shotgun barndominiums in 2026 is more diverse than most people expect. Rural landowners and acreage buyers are the most obvious group. People who already own land or are purchasing rural property and want a home that fits the landscape without looking like a subdivision house dropped in a field. Retirees and empty nesters are a significant and growing segment. The single-story nature of most shotgun barndominiums is a major practical advantage for aging in place. No stairs. Wide doorways are easy to build in from the start. And the lower overall cost compared to a traditional custom home means more budget flexibility for the land itself. First-time rural builders who want to own or build or act as their own general contractor find the barndominium format more approachable. The steel shell goes up fast, often in a matter of days, and then the owner can take their time finishing the interior. This stage-based build approach is much harder to execute with stick frame construction, where the structure is more vulnerable to weather exposure during the build process. Remote workers who relocated during the post-2020 migration away from major metros have also contributed significantly to barndominium growth. If you're working from home in a rural area, square footage efficiency and utility cost control matter more than status signaling through a formal dining room. What's interesting is who is not typically choosing barndominiums. Buyers in suburban markets, people with HOAs, and buyers seeking conventional financing in areas where lenders are still uncertain about appraising metal-framed residential buildings. That appraiser familiarity gap is a real friction point, and it's worth knowing before you go this route. I want to spend a few minutes here because too many barndominium videos skip this part, and it sets people up for frustrating surprises. Financing is still complicated in many markets. Not all lenders treat a barndominium the same as a conventional home. Some require it to be classified as agricultural or commercial property, which affects your loan terms. If you're planning a finance rather than build with cash, talk to multiple lenders before you commit to the build, not after. Resale in suburban markets is limited. If you ever plan to sell and move to a metro area, your barndominium on rural acreage will appeal to a narrower buyer pool than a traditional home and neighborhood would. It's not unsellable, but you're not going to get a bidding war from suburban buyers who drove 45 minutes from the city and expected something that looks like what they already have. Acoustic performance requires intentional design. Metal buildings can be loud in rain or hail. This is real, and it's not automatic. It requires proper insulation and interior finishing to address. A well-insulated and dry-walled barndominium is quiet. A poorly insulated one sounds like being inside a drum during a storm. Know which one you're building before you start. HOAs and zoning restrictions. Many planned communities, rural subdivisions, and any property with an HOA will prohibit metal-sided structures outright. Check zoning and deed restrictions before you fall in love with the idea. The shotgun layout has limits for larger families. A linear floor plan that works beautifully for 1 or 2 people can feel limiting for a family with 3 or 4 kids who need separate bedroom wings, multiple bathrooms placed for privacy, or a dedicated playroom. The barndominium format can accommodate families, but the shotgun layout specifically requires more planning to achieve privacy within the linear structure. Here's the 30,000-foot view of why this is happening now. In 2026 specifically, housing costs have not come back down the way many people hoped after 2022. Construction costs remain elevated. Labor shortages in the trades are still real in most markets. And the average cost of a traditionally built new home in the U.S. has pushed beyond what a large percentage of the population can realistically afford without significant compromise. At the same time, rural land, while not cheap, is still more accessible than suburban lot prices in most markets. And remote work flexibility has made living further from a city center a viable choice for a larger portion of the workforce than at any previous point in modern history. The shotgun barndominium sits at the exact intersection of those two trends. Lower per square foot construction costs, designed for rural land, faster to build, durable and low maintenance long term. Open, modern interior that doesn't feel like a compromise. Traditional floor plans were designed for a world where housing costs were lower relative to incomes, where most people commuted to a fixed office, and where social status was partly communicated through formal rooms in the home. That world has changed significantly, and the housing stock is slowly catching up. The shotgun barndominium isn't a perfect home. No home type is, but it's one of the most rational responses to the actual conditions of 2026. And that's why builders, buyers, and rural landowners are choosing it in numbers that are hard to ignore. So, is a shotgun barndominium right for you? That depends on your land, your budget, your family size, how you plan to finance it, and whether you're willing to design thoughtfully around the limitations we talked about. But if you've been sitting on a piece of rural land wondering what to build, or if you've been frustrated watching your traditional build budget balloon before you've even broken ground, it's absolutely worth running the numbers seriously on this format. If this video gave you something to think about, do me a favor and drop a comment below. Tell me what your biggest question is about barndominiums. I read every comment, and I plan future videos around what you all actually want to know. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Homes and Haven. We put out honest, research-backed content every week about real housing decisions for real people. No sponsor floor plans. No glossed over budgets. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.